But one of them caught our eye, the one in the center. He would neither go towards the feeding grounds at the edge of the ice, nor return to the colony. Shortly afterwards, we saw him heading straight towards the mountains, some 70 kilometers away. Dr. Ainley explained that even if he caught him and brought him back to the colony, he would immediately head right back for the mountains. But why?
The Great Penguin meme is proven to be one of the most powerful pieces of propaganda that the right wing has ever seen. This simple clip somehow managed to capture the entirety of the dissident right's energy. The appeal and inspiration is self-evident, but there's an important facet of this that needs to be articulated and deeply internalized. Because as we find ourselves wading through the current political landscape and we're met by idiots that say things like this,
the future of my people is non-negotiable. I want England to belong to the English. Okay?
You're living in the past, man.
No, I'm
That's
not living in
gone.
the past.
That's gone.
England's not gone. England will thrive. We will get our country back.
we need to understand that this type of blackpilling omits the crucial fact that the impossibility of a task is purely dependent on the strength of the will behind it. That is all. There is nothing that denotes something as impossible except for the energy that powers the will. I understand that Andrew Gold is being intentionally subversive here, but there are also plenty of people that simply believe these types of assertions. They'll insist that the men like Steve Laws, who are seeking to preserve England and its heritage, simply cannot succeed. Gold will claim that whites are on a collision course for extinction, and he'll say it's inevitable. With all the forces that we're up against, success certainly doesn't appear inevitable, but defeat doesn't either. Would anyone have declared that Zionists had a good chance of success when they set out to take over the most coveted land on the planet and transform it into an ethnically homogenous nation within decades? Obviously not, but the Zionist mission was only possible because the determination of those pursuing the mission was so strong that it outweighed all the obstacles that stood in their way. The Penguin here offers us the only hope for success, a transcendent will, because the way to accomplish an impossible mission is only through a transcendent will, a will that doesn't concern itself with the limitations of the material world. What strikes such a visceral chord here is the archetypal nature of the premise. Could there be a more impossible task than summiting a mountain in the wasteland of Antarctica? Could there be a less likely victor than this lone penguin staring up at it 50 miles away from even the base of the mountain? But anyone who's ever felt the true spirit of determination knows that genuine drive doesn't concern itself with the likelihood of success or the difficulty of the obstacles. Anyone that makes their calculation based on that is already doomed to fail. If the will even thinks twice about what it has to overcome, it's already finished. Mark Knopfler, one of the greatest guitarists of all time, once said that if you even have to ask how much you need to practice, you might as well give up. This mindset is hard for a lot of people to understand, but it is the great delineator. The ones who truly want it see their road to the summit as a gift. They don't look at the hardship like everyone else. They're excited to practice and train because it means they're getting that much closer to victory, that much closer to the top. Arnold Schwarzenegger said this exact thing in regard to his training.
People always ask me, they say, why is it that you're working out so hard and you have always a smile on your face? The others are working out just as hard as you do and they look sour in the face. Why is that? And I told people all the time, I said, because to me, I'm shooting for a goal. In front of me is the Mr. Universe title. So every rep that I do gets me closer to accomplishing that goal. Every single set that I do, every repetition, every weight that I lift will get me a step closer to turn this goal into reality.
Our goals may look impossible, the road may look daunting, but for those that truly understand the spirit of the penguin, they know that we don't see the mountain in the way that so many others do. The mountain isn't what deters us. The mountain is actually what inspires us.